This is our L5-S1 ELDOA, L5-S1 being the base of the spine. This is one of our go-to ELDOAs because it really helps to open and elongate through all of the spine. So for most of us, getting into the position is the difficult part. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to sit sideways on the floor. Okay, use whatever apparatus you might need for support. We're going to try to sit as close to the wall as we can in this sideways position. You can see that she's scooted towards one side of the mat because as she turns her body, then she'll be more in the middle of the mat. So she's going to turn sideways, get those legs up the wall. Once she gets the legs up the wall, we need to make sure that the spine is nice and perpendicular to the wall. And if we can do it, we have the mobility for it. We want the sit bones on the wall and we want the tailbone on the floor. So we want to try to be all the way in the corner of the wall with the legs straight. If for some reason we can't get that tailbone on the ground while being so close to the wall, we can try bending the knees a little bit and maximizing the tension with that knee bend position. But if we can't keep that tailbone to the ground even with the bent knee, then we're going to need to back away from the wall a little bit, give us some space so that we can get ourselves into a really good position. So go ahead and scoot back. The legs are going to try to stay parallel, so in line with the hips. We're going to flex those ankles. We're going to turn the foot in. As we turn the foot in, we're going to now turn the heel out, okay? So we want to keep a little bit of space between the toes, not a lot of space, so just about a finger's width, if not a credit card width. We just don't want to touch them. It's like they're almost going to touch, but not quite. We're going to have the intent that with the spine straight and perpendicular to the wall, that the pelvis is going to scoop into the wall, like the pelvis wants to reach away from the spine. We want to focus on our breath, so we want to breathe in and out and try to breathe down the spine and the rib cage. So really focus on breathing all the way out. The chin is in, the eyes are down. We want to try to have the intent that the spine is reaching away from the pelvis as that pelvis stays anchored in the corner of the wall. We want to keep that spine nice and flat to the floor. We want to make sure that we keep our jaw relaxed and our tongue relaxed so we can swallow a little bit and relax that jaw and that tongue. We want to keep those eyes looking down between the knees, and it's like the back of the head is trying to slide away from the pelvis. So we have this elongation through the spine as we maintain the legs, and then those heels are going to start reaching up the wall towards the ceiling without lifting the pelvis. So we really want to keep that pelvis down on the ground. We're going to take both arms up over the chest, wrist extension, fingers spread, unscrew the light bulb on each side like we're in external rotation. We're going to press those palms away. Eyes are going to be looking down. We're lengthening the spine away from the pelvis. We're lengthening the pelvis away from the spine. We're breathing that spine down into the floor. Both arms are going to go back. We're going to press those palms to the wall behind us to help leverage that spine away from that pelvis. We're going to maintain the intent that the pelvis is reaching towards the wall as the legs reach up the wall. The chin stays in, the eyes stay looking down. Important to keep the eyes open. Make sure we go through that long breathing cycle. We're going to breathe in. And we're going to try to breathe out as long as we can as we maintain an effort with those arms and those legs to try to really elongate the spine away from the pelvis. We're going to hold this for 1 minute. That's usually about 6 to 10 breaths of the exercise once we get everything coordinated. After we're done, we're going to go ahead and slowly relax the arms. We're going to slowly relax the spine, slowly relax both legs, and we can go ahead and hug our knees into our chest if we want to. And usually just kind of breathe in this position for a moment just to keep the lower back nice and relaxed. After that, we're ready to get up. We can go ahead and turn, keeping our pelvis and our shoulders together, and then we can sit ourselves back up. And that's going to be L5-S1 ELDOA.